Welcome to the 2026 pinning ceremony for the School of Nursing of Montclair State University. Please remain in your place until the conclusion of our ceremony. We want you to enjoy this experience, so we ask you to please silence any electronic devices. And now, please welcome the class of 2026 from the School of Nursing. Welcome. Please be seated. I'm John Gorell, the Simulation Lab Manager for the School of Nursing. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the faculty, the staff, and the students who volunteered today as ushers and greeters and coordinators to help bring this day to you. As well as the Memorial Auditorium staff. We couldn't have done it without them. Volunteers, wherever you are, please stand, wave, and be recognized. At this time, it is my great pleasure to welcome to the podium President Jonathan Capel.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Rocky, for encouraging us to be vigorous in our clapping for these fans. Everybody's really shy. Yeah. I'm very excited to be here. I try whenever possible to be part of this pinning ceremony because I really think it's one of the great days at the university. And it's actually an incredibly appropriate day. So I'm sure everybody knows, of course, that it's National Nurses Week. But what you might not know, and I informed the dean of this when I arrived, today is National Student Nurses Day. That is how well-designed a machine we have here. Even without knowing it, we had this ceremony on National Student Nurses Day. So this is a fantastic event, and part of the reason why I'm so enthusiastic about it is that the School of Nursing and our students, now graduates or almost graduates, in my opinion, represent kind of perfectly what we're trying to do as a university overall. So let me just say what I mean by that, because we try to explain that our purpose here is not just to educate students and not just to have people get degrees, but we're trying to build a model of a public serving institution and a university that is oriented towards how we make a difference in the world. And one way we make a difference in the world is by educating students who go out and do transformative things and who, through their own education, are transforming their own lives and the lives of their family. And so that's certainly represented by the students here today who are going to go out and serve a vital need. But we also are interested as an institution in being connected to the community and offering real value to the communities of which we are a part through everything that we do. And we're trying to inculcate in our students an ethos of public service. And so I have a hard time just on that level not seeing nursing as representative of the whole university, but it goes beyond that. I want to add to the recognition of our fantastic faculty. Why don't you stand so we can recognize the faculty of the School of Nursing? Who I know, they're not just great teachers. They are great practitioners, and they are individuals who are heavily vested in the success of our students. We also wouldn't be able, frankly, to run a nursing program without incredible community partners, right? You can't have the practicum that is essential to a nursing education unless you had partners who, again and again and again, take responsibility for playing a part in the education of nurses. And so we're enormously grateful to them. You couldn't have nursing education unless you embrace the idea, and it maybe sounds silly to think you could do this in another way, there has to be hands-on learning, right? One of the reasons I hope you feel confident, maybe a little nervous about your first job, but you know what you're getting into. You've lived it, experienced it, and you've had that clinical opportunity. We're trying to extend that approach to education in every area of the university. All of our students should have some opportunity to apply what's going on in the classroom in real time, because I think it gives more value to what happens in the classroom. And so, again, this type of education that you all experienced, that's a model for what we want to do across the university. Obviously, the ethos of service is at the heart of this profession. You don't do this if you don't have a passion for a career and a life, frankly, that derives value from how you can help others. And let me take the opportunity to make a point. As higher education is critiqued, and we have some things to answer for, even though I think some of the charges are unfair, many people say that you should judge the quality of an education by how much money somebody makes. Right? I'm sure you've seen that. And people sort of think there's a linear relationship. The more money you make, the better the education must be. I think you all prove that that is a gross simplification, and I think an insult to the young people who are going to college. Yes, people want to have jobs, they want to take care of themselves, they want to take care of their families. But people don't go through life thinking only, how do I make $10 more next week? They want to have lives that have meaning, that have significance, that speak to their heart. And whether it's as a nurse or a teacher or a counselor or a social worker, I'm so proud of our students for being animated by that passion of service. And the last thing that I would say about our nursing program that is representative of the university is that all of the other things would be worthless were it not for the smart, committed students who we educate. And so I want to recognize you for what you bring. And I do always take the opportunity at this nursing pinning ceremony to address a pet peeve that I have. My peeve is this: that when people talk about nurses and nursing students, they say, "Oh, they're compassionate, and they're caring, and they're generous, and they're patient." And I'm sure you're all of those things. You're also really smart. in order to get through the program that we have for you. I don't want to be doing the science and the math and all that stuff that you had to get through and that you're going to use every day and use in a way that people's lives depend upon. And I think that gets overlooked when we talk about the nursing profession, because it's one that is, yes, about compassion and care, but it's also about using your brain every day to make decisions and calculations that are life and death. And I'm not trying to freak you out. You all know that already. But we should take more care to acknowledge your choice to use your big throbbing brains to help other people. And I don't want to ever forget that. The last thing I say before I'll sit down and shut up is that I hope one of the biggest lessons you've learned, not necessarily in the classroom, but through your own experiences in those clinical placements, and frankly in your life, where you've had to deal with some unexpected obstacles in the road, right? Maybe it was in your personal life, maybe it was financial, maybe it was, you all know. Everybody in the room knows, right? Life is what happens when you're making plans, as they say. You always have to be prepared for the unexpected. Like we have to as a university. Like we were bobbing along, doing our own thing, graduation's coming in. Oops, some hacker took down Canvas. You guys don't freak out. You're still gonna get your degree. There might be a little day or two snag in that, but it's all gonna happen. But we have to just figure out how to roll with it. And you will too. And hopefully one of the lessons you learned by getting here today is that you can do just that. That when unexpected things come your way, you can process it, you can think about it, you can apply the lessons learned, and you'll get through it. And be successful. So a huge congratulations to all of you. A huge appreciation to the faculty and all the other people, including family, friends, loved ones, who got you here today. I couldn't be more proud to represent you, and I look forward to seeing you at graduation next week. Thank you.
I would now like to call Interim Provost Fatma Millie to the podium.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, faculty, family, friends, and graduates. We are all here to share with you this very important moment that marks just not the end of your studies, but the beginning of a life of service, courage, and profound human presence. I will start by pointing to President Coppell's pet peeve, because I heard him saying it, and it resonated so deeply with me, which is the fact that you have chosen one of the most demanding paths a student can walk. Nursing is not only hard because admission is so competitive, exams are so impossible, and the clinical hours are endless. It is hard because it calls upon the full spectrum of what it means to be human. It asks you to bring your mind, your body, your heart, and your spirit all at once, every day, every minute. Nursing requires scientific fluency, the ability to understand elegant, fragile systems of the human body, and the evidence that guides their healing. It requires the physical stamina, the strength to stand for hours, to lift with care, to respond quickly, and to endure. And it requires relational dexterity, the rare gift of knowing when to speak and when to sit in silence, knowing what to do with someone's terrifying fear, how to listen beneath someone's spoken words, and how to offer comfort without judgment. Very few professions demand all three, but you have shown that you can do all of it. by becoming nurses, you have proven that you are uniquely prepared for everything the future holds. And this is super important for the world that you are entering, a world shaped by AI, automation, rapid change, and lots of uncertainty and things that just happen. Machines may become faster than us, they may become smarter than us, but they cannot be more human than you. You are polyvalent, thinkers, doers, and beings. You know how to analyze with scientific clarity, you know how to act with skill, steadiness, and strength, and you know how to be present fully, compassionately, and courageously with another human being. In a world where algorithms can diagnose but cannot comfort, where machines can predict but cannot sit beside someone in fear, where technology can process data but cannot hold the hand, your humanity is irreplaceable. Most of us spend a lifetime wondering whether our work matters. You are lucky. You will never have that question. From your first day, your work will matter. You will change lives every single day, sometimes in ways you know, and very often in ways you will never know. A hand you hold, a fear you ease, a moment of dignity you restore. These are not small things. They are everything. You are and will continue to be the wealth of our communities. Years ago, a friend historian pointed out to me something that I'll never forget. So he mentioned the fact that when you look at a city, one of the strongest correlation with neighborhoods is the presence of hospitals, clinics, doctors, and nurses. These always exist in the most gifted areas, in the wealthiest of areas. Since then, I never visited a city without paying attention to that. And what it says is that the concentration of healthcare institutions is what communities seek the most. So it's not the presence of banks, it's not the presence of luxury stores, it's the presence of hospitals that signals this is a community that has the means to get that. Sadly, it's also a reflection of inequity in our societies. But it is also the most eloquent expression of the value that you have. You are what communities seek. The other indication of your value is the fact that nursing is the most trusted profession. For more than 20 years, the professionals who are most trusted is nurses, by far. It's in the top, they are the top for the last 20 years. And you are trusted because you show up with expertise and humility. In a few moments, you will take your oath. It's more than a tradition. It's a promise to your patients, to your communities, and to yourselves. Because you are the wealth of our society, this oath is your commitment to protect that wealth, the health and dignity of every person in your care. Let this oath be the compass that guides you on the days when the work feels heavy. Let it remind you of who you are and why you chose this path. Today, as you receive your pins, know that you are stepping into a lineage of healers, advocates, protectors, and guides. You are joining a profession that changes the world, one patient, one family, and one act of care at a time. We are proud of you. You have earned this moment. You have earned your place in a profession that embodies the very best that humanity can be. Congratulations, nurses.
I'd like to introduce Nidhi Thakor, President of the Student Nurse Association, to bring words on behalf of the class of 2026.
Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nidhi, and I am the president of SNA and also one of the students getting pinned here today. 3 years, 250 days, and about 8 hours ago, nearly 100 students sat in University Hall, terrified, nervous, and unsure of what the next 4 years would hold. 3 years, 250 days, and about 8 hours later, 60 of us sit here once again feeling those same emotions. Terrified, nervous, and unsure, but this time about the journey ahead. The Montclair State University School of Nursing has not only prepared us to care for our patients as if they were our own mothers, fathers, brothers, or sisters, but has also given us the tools to succeed in this next chapter of our life. We were pushed to our limits through thousands of hours of studying, waking up at 4 a.m. for clinicals, and even moments of failure when we felt like we had given it our all. Yet, through it all, we became stronger and more confident. We grew not only as students, but also as individuals. This program gave us more than an education. It gave us lifelong friendships, people who understand us in ways no one else can. It reminded us how important it is to have families who support us, grounding us when we come home from our hardest days. Today is not just about recognizing our own hard work, but also the sacrifices and support of our families and professors who stood behind us every step of the way. On behalf of myself and the class of 2026, thank you to everyone in this room for being part of our journey. To my fellow graduates, we made it this far, and with the same determination that brought us here, I know we can overcome anything that lies ahead of us. I'd like to leave you all with a quote from Bruce Lee. Don't pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a hard one. Nursing school was not easy, but with our strength and the support and prayers of those around us, we endured one of the greatest challenges of our lives. Once again, congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to turn our ceremony over to Dr. Janice Smolowitz, Dean of the School of Nursing.
Good Nurses Week to everyone, and especially Student Nurses Day. So today, it's my time to talk about the history of the pin before you receive yours, okay? So today is a day of celebration, of recognition, and of legacy. We gather not only to honor the incredible journey that each of you has taken to become a nurse, but to recognize the deeper meaning behind the tradition about which you are to enter. The nursing pin is more than a symbol. It's a legacy you can hold in your hands. Its roots stretch back centuries to those who answered the call to care for others. From the Knights of Hospitaller in the 12th century who wore the Maltese cross as a sign of courage and service, to the women and men in religious orders who devoted their lives to the sick, nursing has always been grounded in compassion, sacrifice, and purpose. The legacy was transformed into a profession by Florence Nightingale, whose work during the Crimean War reshaped healthcare and established nursing as both a science and an art. Through her vision, education became essential, and with it came the tradition of honoring graduates with a pin, a symbol not just of completion, but of commitment. Today, the pin you receive is uniquely yours. At its center is the crest of the Montclair State University, a shield divided into quadrants, each tells a story. The Liberty Bells speak of freedom, responsibility, and the power of education. The pine trees reflect resilience, growth, and a deep connection to the world around us. Encircling the shield is a laurel wreath, a timeless symbol of honor and achievement that is earned, not given. And beneath it all, the carpe diem sees the day. Even the color red carries meaning, representing not only Montclair and Redhawks, but the courage you will show and the lives you will touch in moments of pain, fear, and healing. The pin is not just something you wear, it's something you carry. It carries you through long nights of studying, your early mornings, your moments of doubt, and your decision to keep going anyway. It carries every patient who trusted you, every lesson that has challenged you, and every step that has brought you to this moment. And today, it marks your transformation. You're relieving the role of nursing student for that of nurse. With that comes a profound responsibility to advocate, to comfort, to heal, and to lead. You will stand beside people in their most vulnerable moments. You will be the calm in uncertainty, the strength in fear, the compassion that patients and families will never forget. As you begin this next chapter, remember that while the path ahead may be challenging, it's also extraordinary. So when you look at your pin, whether it's at the start of a long shift or the end of a difficult day, let it remind you of this moment. Let it remind you of who you are, what you've overcome, and why you chose this path. Congratulations. Wear your pin with pride, carry it with purpose, and never forget the difference you will make because it's greater than you may ever realize. Congratulations.
I would like to ask Dr. Joanne Robinson to please come to the stage to begin pinning the MSN graduates.
So my apologies in advance if I pronounce anyone's name wrong, but I am going to do my best, I promise. Dennis Alexander Aponte. He is being pinned by Dr. Dennis Leo Aponte. Nadira Benegas, who is being pinned by Anna Benegas. Jasper Kaleo, who is being pinned by Makaya and Michaela Kaleo. Oliwatoin Elamu, who is being pinned by Emmanuel Emalu. Jasly Garega, who is being pinned by Glady Garega. Amy Gomez, who is being pinned by Ismelda Principe. Michael Guzman, who is being pinned by Jacqueline Guzman. Eunice Her, who is being pinned by Kwang Jun Kim. Fatty Abraham, who is being pinned by Salamar Faris. Michaela Jernigan, who is being pinned by Sarah Kopp. Hannah Kim, who is being pinned by David Kim. Jessica Victoria Lopez Kaye, who is being pinned by Carmen Lugo. Laura Mikado Bikelu, who is being pinned by Miles Jack. Alexandra Mendillo, who is being pinned by Leona Mendillo. Tiffany Osti, who is being pinned by Josefine Marquez. Kayla Olay, who is being pinned by Yolanda Corbeau. Judy Paul being pinned by Betty Paul. Joanna Pina Castillo, who is being pinned by Jose Chestnut. Amanda Pinello, who is being pinned by Arisleta Pinella. Catherine Peralta, who is being pinned by William Peralta. Megan Ponce, who is being pinned by Kona Ponce. Alexa Ramos, who is being pinned by Jose Ramos. Kiara Schwartz, who is being pinned by Tom Schwartz. Mariba Toure, who is being pinned by Davina Mansoure. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Robinson. I would now like to ask Dr. Patty McGahee to come to the stage to begin pinning the BSN students.
What an honor. Sarah Abushakra being pinned by Sal Pusilo. Dima Abuhadba being pinned by Rudana Abuhadba. Farwa Miriam Ali being pinned by Haseen Taj. Rawen Baroud being pinned by Gina Baroud. Julia Bialik, pinned by Amelia Bialik. Julia Bill, being pinned by Ryan O'Neill. Destiny Carrion, being pinned by Daniela Carrion. Clarissa Castro Rivera, being pinned by Lourdes Rivera. Victor Delgado, being pinned by Fatima Pena. Jenna DeRiggi, being pinned by Dominique DeRiggi. Jocelyn Falcone Castrillon, being pinned by Catherine Castrillon. Jennifer Ferreira, being pinned by Germano Ferreira. Sandra Florim da Silva, being pinned by Maria Florim. Laura Sofia Gomez, being pinned by Sandra Reyes and Samuel Somber. Brianna Hawkshurst, being pinned by Amy Hawkshurst. Rosanna Hefter, being pinned by Mitchell Hefter. Jasmine Hernandez, being pinned by Lindomira Hernandez. Adriani Henriquez, being pinned by Annie Diaz. Danan Kadur, being pinned by Shams Kadur. Chesta Kara, being pinned by Rajni Kara. Cornelia Jane Mansell, being pinned by Kathy Taylor. Lucia Nugent, being pinned by Jimmy Nugent. Mateo Javier Piedra Alvarez, being pinned by Maria Alvarez. Isabel Polo, being pinned by Maria Polo. Maria Reyes Vasquez, being pinned by Miriam Vasquez. Brooke Robinson, being pinned by Aiden Robinson. Jennifer Rodriguez, being pinned by Geraldine Rodriguez. Those were two sets of twins for you all. Shanice Rose, being pinned by Colleen Rose. Carmelina Santiago, being pinned by Wendy Pena. Nora Saji, being pinned by Shani Saji. Nidhi Thakur, being pinned by Satya Thakur. Eliza May Valus, being pinned by Salve Ebno. Daniela Zamora, being pinned by Maria Zamora. I knew I was going to do that at some point. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. McGee. I'd like to ask Dr. Elizabeth Weigath, Pre-Licensure Nursing Program Director, to come to the podium for presentation of awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. This year, the faculty is proud to recognize graduates from our pre-licensure MSN and BSN programs who have distinguished themselves in various ways, either academically, clinically, or in leadership or service to the university or the profession. Selecting award recipients is never an easy task because we know how hard you've all worked, we know how much effort you've put into things, but the faculty had to come to some decisions, right? So this year, with so many students who exemplify such excellence in such meaningful ways, this year was no exception. We are exceedingly proud of all of you. So our first award is the Academic Excellence in Nursing Award. And this award is given by the nursing faculty to recognize students in both programs who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and who have attained the highest GPA average during their nursing journey. The School of Nursing is proud to announce that this year there was a tie for our students in the pre-licensure MSN. Ooh, I know. So we didn't know what to do, so we'll just give them to both of you, right? So our two recipients from the MSN are Laura Mercado Bicolia and wait, we got to get the second one, Moriba Torre. Okay, so now for our BSN recipient, the recipient this year is Carmelina Santiago. Okay, so our next award category is the Clinical Excellence Award. Oh. All right, so again, selected by our faculty, this award honors a graduating student from both the pre-licensure MSN and BSN programs who has demonstrated exceptional clinical performance and excellence in patient care. Recipients are recognized for embodying the highest standards of the nursing profession, including professional integrity, honesty, dependability, responsibility, trustworthiness, and clinical competence. The first recipient, again, is from our MSN program. This student has been described as caring, compassionate, and always willing to support others. Known for being reliable, dependable, they work closely and collaboratively with their peers and consistently demonstrate professionalism in every clinical setting. The quality of care they provide is exceptional, with strong commitments to achieving the best possible patient outcomes. The School of Nursing is proud to announce this year's recipient, representing the pre-licensure MSN program, as Dennis Aponte. You look a little shocked.
I'm very shocked. Thank you.
Okay, so I think we shocked them a little this year. Okay, the second recipient is from our pre-licensure BSN program. This student has been described as respectful, dependable, compassionate, kind, and attentive to her clients. She displays teamwork, has a positive attitude, and demonstrates initiative in all she does. The care she provides is outstanding, and she goes above and beyond the care for all of her clients. This year, we are proud to recognize Rosanna Hefner. Okay. All right, so our last award category is the Spirit of Nursing Award. So this is our third award, and it is presented to students who the faculty feel best exemplify the qualities of leadership in nursing practice, such as autonomy, advocacy, and the ability to influence change, and demonstrates assertiveness in clinical practice, all of which enhances the image of nursing. Participation in community activities and participation in the National Student Nurses Association are hallmarks of this award. The first recipient, again from our MSN program, has been described as compassionate, a leader who is willing to go above and beyond what is expected of her. She is eager to learn and grow and demonstrates personal and professional advocacy to her patients and for her peers. This year, we are proud to announce the recipient as Johanna Pena Castillo. Now from our BSN program, this student goes above and beyond in all they do to support not only the School of Nursing, but the university as well. She has helped at open houses, student nursing events, and has held several offices in the Student Nurses Association, has also been a peer tutor and a mentor. She has been described as an effective communicator who is dedicated, motivated, and a very positive person who is not afraid to get involved. This year, we are happy to announce the recipient as Sophia Gomez. Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to ask the MSN Cohort 5 class representatives, Amy Gomez and Alexandra Medino, to come to the podium to lead all of the nurses in the International Council of Nurses Pledge. Would all the nurses and graduating students please stand? Students, please light your candles.
In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking.
I promise to care for the sick with all the skills and understanding I possess.
Without regard to race, creed, color, politics, and social status.
Sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health.
I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of all patients under my care.
Holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me.
And refraining from any action that might endanger life or health.
I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level.
And to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team.
I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Nursing Ethics.
And to uphold the integrity of the professional nurse.
We did it! We did it!
I want to ask Dean Smolowitz to come back up to the podium.
Okay, sit down for 2 seconds. Congratulations. Before we conclude our ceremony, I'd like to once again thank the families, the friends, the staff, and the faculty members for their support, nurturing, and encouragement of our graduates from the beginning to this very moment. This concludes our ceremony. At this time, the nursing students are going to process out, followed by the faculty, staff, and the pinners. Guests will ask that you remain seated till we finish. And faculty and graduates, please now stand for the recessional, okay?